So, what's the latest with the ever-popular Kar-Jenner clan? Apparently, Kendall Jenner is feeling totally excluded by her Keeping Up with the Kardashians family, but honestly, we would have never seen it coming. With all the money, fame, and success Kendall's got, we're having a hard time imagining why she feels like a total outcast. Guess this just goes to show that she may be rich and famous, but she's only human after all. Make sure you watch this video until the end to see why Kendall Jenner has always felt excluded by her ultra-famous family. Mother's Day without Kendall. In honor of Mother's Day 2019, Kris Jenner posted a photo collage of herself and the women in her family. Her caption read, quote, "Happy Mother's Day to all of the beautiful moms out there and to the women who are mentors and mother figures to someone special." There were photos of the momager alongside her famous daughters, her mom Mary Jo Campbell, and her grandkids. But it seemed like Kris forgot to mention someone. She talked about all the women in her life, except for Kendall. But her sassy daughter wasn't about to take that snub sitting down. She had no issues calling her mom out on it. While the touching post received a lot of praise from fans, it also got a snarky response from Kendall, who wrote, quote, "Love you too, Mom." Had the momager been working so hard that she forgot to include her own daughter? Well, of course not. Kendall's feelings may have been hurt, but Kris Jenner's tribute was intended for the moms, grandmothers, and grandkids in her life. And since Kendall isn't a mom, at least not that we know of, she didn't get mentioned. But do you think Kris should have mentioned Kendall anyway, or was this Jenner sister overreacting a bit? No show at Kylie's skincare launch. In May of 2018, all of the Kardashian sisters gathered to celebrate the baby of the family, Kylie. The party was a launch for her new skincare line, Kylie Skin, and everyone wore color-coordinated outfits, of course. Momager of the century, Kris was there, and Caitlyn Jenner even made an appearance too. But there was a familiar face that was missing from the pictures. Where, oh where was Kendall? Once again, the supermodel sis was not involved in a big Kar-Jenner moment, and we're all curious as to what happened. So why did Kendall skip out on supporting her younger sister? Work, apparently. The Cannes Film Festival was ongoing, and Kendall was attending the premiere along with the annual gala that basically every major model attends. So how did Kendall feel about missing Kylie's big event? We can usually find any given Kar-Jenner's opinion somewhere on their social media accounts, right? Surprisingly, Kendall's Instagram was pretty quiet. She did post a video selfie in her hotel room in Paris. Maybe that was Kendall's way of saying, "Miss you, but I'm doing just fine here in France." Or is Kendall actually feeling super left out? Kardashian Christmas card. Being excluded from Kris Jenner's Mother's Day tribute wasn't the first time Kendall got brushed off. In 2018, Kendall was the only sister missing from the Kar-Jenner's Christmas card. The photo featured Kim, Kourtney, Khloe, Kylie, and all of their kids, including Rob's daughter, Dream Kardashian. But Kendall wasn't having any of it. She came up with a pretty creative way to clap back at her family, and it's so petty, we can't help but love it. As a response, she tweeted a few Christmas card photos of her own. In this one, she superimposed her photoshopped face over the faces of her sisters and their kids. In this one, her head was hovering over them like the goddess that she is. And in this one, she photoshopped herself lying on the floor in a super dramatic supermodel fashion. But was Kendall only having fun, or do all these little jokes actually mean something? Maybe this photo shoot was just for the Kar-Jenner sisters that have children? It might have seemed like her family was being unfair, but the truth was that the photo was just way too last minute. The Kar-Jenner clan gathered whoever was around in the studio and simply took the shot. It just so happened that Kendall wasn't around. She has no kids. Kendall has a lot in common with her sisters. They're beautiful, successful, and super rich. But there's one thing her other sisters have tackled that she hasn't, and that's motherhood. Even her younger sister Kylie managed to beat her to the punch. But Kendall is the only one without any kids. You know, unless she's hiding something from us. Kendall's enjoying the single life, and she seems to be focused on her career at the moment. A bunch of rowdy kids screaming and crying are not a priority for the young model right now. But do you think a part of her is a little jealous of her sisters having kids? Kendall posted this photo of herself in November of 2018, lounging near the pool in a blue bikini on Instagram. She wrote the caption, quote, "All my siblings posting their babies, and I'm just like..." This could be a sassy photo caption, but if she's not jealous that all of her sisters have kids, then why is she addressing it so harshly? Maybe she feels like she can't truly relate to her sisters like she used to. But even if Kendall seems like she doesn't care about kids, it is something she thinks about. Kendall opened up to Harper Harper's Bazaar and told them she would like to be a mom someday, but she thinks it's super scary, particularly given the way the world is today. So when she does have kids, she plans on keeping a close eye on them. Different body shape. Although sibling rivalry is totally natural, they can cause some serious issues within a family, even one as powerful as the Kardashians. Now, some siblings fight over silly little things like who gets the TV remote or who's the funniest one. But when you're part of the popular reality TV family, you sort of get tired of being compared. Still, Kendall does not come off as someone who'd ever doubt herself. In an interview with The Telegraph, Kendall talked about how her sisters are a lot curvier than she is, and those are some famous curves at that. This used to make her feel insecure when she was younger because she was a lot skinnier. Kendall's in a class of her own when it comes to her figure, but she's definitely come to terms with the way she looks. So, if body shape isn't the issue for her isolation, then what is? They never see her. Kendall no longer feels like she's the center of the Kar-Jenner universe. Do you think that might be because she doesn't live in the same zip code as her sisters? This dirty laundry got aired out on an episode of KUWTK. In true Kendall Jenner style, she let everyone know how she was really feeling. When she finally met Kourtney over lunch after not seeing each other for a while, Kendall told her sister, quote, "It really annoys me when you come to the city and don't hang out with me." This may seem like a hashtag first world problem, but fans seemed to agree. They couldn't help but wonder why Kourtney didn't drop by to say hi. Kendall even told her mom, Kris, that she felt her sisters were excluding her because of her busy schedule. She thought it was really unfair that she was getting forgotten because she had to work a lot. But Khloe and Kim were definitely listening and gave her a little surprise. Busy modeling career. Being a member of the Kar-Jenners has helped Kendall go from reality star to successful international model. But as you can imagine, there are many drawbacks to working in this industry. For starters, she has to travel a lot to do runway shows. She also has duties to perform as the face of Estee Lauder. This doesn't give Kendall the time she'd like to hang out with the people she loves. So during that impromptu girls' night we mentioned earlier, Kourtney told her, quote, "We never don't want to hang out with you." And then Kim went the extra mile and let her sister know that they hate knowing she feels left out. Kourtney did admit that she thought Kendall was just busy with life and having fun being a model, but it's clear that no one wanted Kendall to feel like the odd one out. Could Kendall be to blame for some of the emotional distance? After all, it's no secret that she's very shy and reserved. So could it be that her demure attitude led her family to assume she wanted space? And it wouldn't be the first time people got Kendall all wrong now, would it? Never dated much. In an interview with Vogue, Kendall Jenner opened up about being really different from her sisters. For starters, she's not as social as Kim. For a while, fans thought Kendall wasn't into guys, and she seems to know where this rumor came from. She also told Vogue that she likes to keep her relationships pretty low-key, even if that's almost impossible given how famous she is. Some people think she was just covering a bigger truth about herself. But if you ask our girl Kendall, she'll tell you she's primarily interested in men, but she's not exactly ruling out the possibility of a relationship with a woman either. She told Vogue, quote, "I'm all down for experience, not against it whatsoever, but I've never been there before." This just adds more to Kendall's mysterious dating history. As of early 2019, Kendall has been dating NBA player Blake Griffin, but she never really told anyone about it. She's just not the kind of girl who likes to kiss and tell. Coming from a family who has every little bit of their personal life on display, this makes Kendall seem out of place in this area. So let's circle back to why Kendall feels like an outcast. You might relate to this. She had acne growing up. Although the Kar-Jenner sisters have a team of makeup artists on call, they're not shy about taking snaps without makeup either. And who could blame them? Their natural faces are simply flawless. But not everyone had perfect skin growing up. Kendall has struggled with acne since she was a teenager, and the experience was even worse because she grew up with sisters who looked gorgeous all the time. You might be the one with a less than perfect skin in your family or friend group and are currently saying, "Same girl, same." But when she looked at her skin, she asked herself why she was the only one who had to struggle with acne. This undoubtedly made her feel less connected to her sisters. Thankfully, they were there to give Kendall some serious skincare tips and lift her up emotionally. So it turns out that the girls are pretty supportive of one another. Eventually, her skin cleared up, but her family became lovingly overbearing. It came to a point where Kendall had to tell everyone, quote, "Okay, everyone, shut up. I figured it out." So which is it, Kendall? Are you the one sister that's always excluded, or are you just pushing your family away? We'll let you guys be the judge. But even though Kendall isn't as close with her sisters the way Kim and Khloe are with each other, it seems like they're there for her when she needs it most. Do you feel like the Kar Jenner sisters need to put more of an effort into including Kendall in their circle? Or does Kendall just need to learn that this is the life of a busy supermodel? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco. Bye!